So today, we're going to be using one of you guys' text and majestic challenge to see how well can I do. This time we're going to be using the Barbarian Enchantress, Warlord, and the Drakeling. Now this deck is pretty, power heavy when it comes to damage, especially with the Enchantress and the Warlord's ability. We're going to be doing some serious damage if we can play this perfectly. Of course, the Barbarian, to be able to buff herself up on her off turn, it can be pretty devastating. Let's see how well can we do using this deck. My name is Mike. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Okay, shout out to the person down here for recommending me to try out this deck. We are doing this during the Clan Quest weekend. Just in case if I post this some other time other than the Clan Quest weekend, just keep that in mind. Okay, so he does damage to everyone, which is pretty good for him, but we could buff up the Barbarian and the Warlord. The Warlord should hit the Jawsome here. There we go. Oh, there we go. Is that death? That is death, ladies and gentlemen. The Jawsome died in the very first turn. We actually did over 471 damage. Let's freaking go. Barbarian doing 115 damage right now. It might be for the best to go after the... I honestly don't know. Warlock gets the buff. Not much I can do there. I mean, I want to hit the Mummy, but there's no way to multi-hit the Mummy. So I'm just going to multi-hit the Champion instead. Hit the Sentinel as well. There we go. And the Sentinel gets set towards the Warlord. That's over 200 damage to both of them. We're doing amazing. By the way, we're doing amazing. He's going to multi-hit the Drakeling. Sentinel goes crazy. The Drakeling dies. Well played. Well played to this person. He took out the Drakeling like it was nothing. Alright, so up to a little bit of a pickle. I took out his Jawsome, but he does take out my Drakeling. Let's hit the Enchantress towards the Champion. There we go. We just took out the Champion. The Champion actually needed 2 hits. He would have survived with 1 health if he would have gotten the 1 hit only. And we actually multi-hit the Mummy right there, so that's good. Took out the Champion. Mummy is going to re-enchant me, so I'm going to be doing less damage from now on. Well, we do have the Enchantress to be able to work with that. He does take out the Warlord, so no more buffs for me anymore. We just gotta rely on the Barbarian for damage. We're going to buff up the Barbarian here by pushing the Sentinel right there. Ooh, the Sentinel survives with only 8 health. There's no way, dude. Barbarian doing 134 damage. The best thing to do here is, well, let's see what he does because the Sentinel cannot do much. He's going for the Barbarian. I'm assuming he should go after the Barbarian since the Barbarian... Okay, thankfully he only got the 1 hit plus his Steam. Or the Goop, I should say. We are going to hit the Mummy like this. Oh, I was hoping that the Mummy was going to get pushed towards the Enchantress. I missed. So both of them are just 1 hit away from death. As long as he doesn't do anything too crazy. Nope, he does not. Thankfully, he did not do anything too crazy. And all we gotta do now is just hit the Sentinel like this. And we should be able to hit the Mummy as well. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be our first win. It got kind of close, but we still managed to pull off a good victory right there, especially taking out the Jawsome in the very first turn. That definitely helped me out for sure to win this match. So let's go, guys. Let's continue on. All right, guys. Second match here. Facing against... so he has a heal deck with Enchanters. I don't know which Clan Quest he is trying to do. We are going to buff up the Drakeling and then hit the Priest to get that damage. Fireball hits the Shaman, and we also hit the Blacksmith. Pretty good start, but of course he is using the Paladin plus the Priest, so he's going to be able to heal up any hero. So he's going for the Shaman to enchant my Enchantress, but it seems like that's all he's going to do. And he does a little bit of damage to the, to the Drakeling, which is fine. We are going to multi-hit the Shaman here. We'll do that. There we go. Alright, so over 200 damage to the Shaman, and the Paladin takes a little bit of a damage right there. Maybe I could have went for the Priest to stop him from healing and whatnot, but I just didn't think what was going to be the best play to do, Drakeling gets the buff. We could just make the Drakeling hit the Priest right here. There we go. And we also did damage. Okay, so all 4 heroes got hit right there. The Priest and the Blacksmith took major damage because of the Drakeling's buff, which is good. He is going to take out my Barbarian, so the Barbarian is dead. Cannot rely on her anymore. Let's see who gets a buff. Who gets the buff here? Drakeling gets the buff. Cannot do much right there. Let's do... We're doing how much damage? 71. That's obviously not enough to take out the priest. We are going to deal damage to, I guess, the priest regardless. Oh, I was hoping to double hit and push him downwards. That was a bad play. All right, so unfortunately, we're not doing great. We can still win here. I just need to get lucky with the Warlord's ability and just go crazy, potentially with the Drakeling's Fireball. He is going to heal up the... No, he's going to buff up the Shaman and heal himself up. No damage, but he does get the buff. The defensive buff, I should say. Drakeling gets the buff here. So we can go after the blacksmith here and then take out that priest so that way he stops healing. I was hoping to shoot a fireball at the shaman. At least we get a little bit of extra damage, but of course we failed. But at least we took out the priest, so no more direct heals every single turn, which is definitely the MVP right there. He actually kept his heroes alive longer than they should have. Like the blacksmith should have been dead. In other words, the blacksmith should have been dead. But we can't take out the blacksmith before he busts up the paladin right here. So let's do that. We weren't able to do much right there, but that's okay. 3v2 here. His shaman is going to be annoying, but then again, the paladin is also going to be annoying if I leave the paladin alive. So who should I take out first? I probably should take out his paladin, maybe. But then again, we have no buffs here. Ah, that's not good. Just push the shaman towards the Drakeling. There really isn't much I can do here. We'll do that. At least the Drakeling is buffed. Fireball. Misses the fireball right there. 79 damage. We couldn't do much else, obviously. The snowballs are blocking. We cannot get the buff from the Enchantress, so we're in a pickle here. And it's going to heal up the shaman, probably. He wants to heal up the shaman, maybe? Maybe? He does, while doing a little bit of damage right there. This is not looking too great, obviously. We're trying our best, but there's just no way to be able to get the buff and deal damage. Actually, we can. Let's shoot the fireball here, and then hopefully we can hit the Enchantress. No, we don't. We did not, but we actually did a bunch of damage to the Paladin and the Shaman right there using the fireballs and the snowballs. So, not a terrible play. I just need to buff up. Drakeling dies. That is obviously not good. So, we are going to... Who gets the buff here? Warlord does. So, I guess we'll buff up the Warlord here and push it towards the Shaman. 106 damage. Alright. I mean, it's okay. No, I was hoping for a double hit, but we failed. He is going to heal up the Shaman, obviously. And, of course, enchanting the Warlord as well. Yeah, we just lost. We're not winning here anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Even if we take out the Shaman, which we won't be able to, unless the snowballs are in my favor and we can actually hit him like 4 times. There's just absolutely no way we're going to win. All he needs is 3 hits to take me out, so we are going to lose here, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunate loss right here. He is going to just do that, and Paladin will get a hit? Nope. Regardless, we're going to lose here. We will need to hit the Paladin like 7 times, and the Shaman we need to hit him like a couple of times right there. No, we were not going to win there. So, unfortunate loss right there, ladies and gentlemen, but it's okay. Let's continue on. Alright, so 1-1-1 loss here. Not the greatest, but it's okay. Treant paired out with the Wraith is going to be devastating. And of course, the Rocketeer is going to be pretty annoying to face. But with the Rocketeer starting off first, it's a fantastic start for me. Horrible start for him. He needs to either deal damage or buff up the Rocketeer. And it seems like he wants to buff up the Rocketeer, and he does get it. Well, oh, he missed doing damage. I actually got lucky that he missed doing some damage right there. We're going to buff up the Drakeling and the Warlord. Drakeling should hit the Rocketeer. We should be able to hit the Wraith. There we go. The Treant gets a bonus hit right there. It's not too bad. Let's see. Treant is going for the Cultist. What a play. What a play, dude. Oh, wow. We're getting demolished, that's for sure. We can hit the... I don't think we can actually hit the Cultist towards the Drakeling. So I'm just going to do this and multi-hit the Wraith. We actually double hit the Cultist as well. So that was a very good play. He is probably going to buff up the Rocketeer here. Should be only 1 buff because the Wraith is slow. And the position that he is... Oh, never mind. He's going for damage while buffing up the Wraith using the Treant's ability. So, let's see. Barbarian is the one that gets the damage, the most damage right there. But thankfully, nothing else happens. Let's see who gets the buff here. Drakeling gets the buff. Not much I can do there, though. There really isn't much I can do. Um, what can I do? Yeah, there really isn't much I can do here. Just push the cultist towards the dragon's hand, then hit the treant. Oh, wow, we actually took out the cultist. I did not expect to take out the cultist like that. Okay, let's go, dude. Rocketeer goes next with 142 damage worth of rockets. That will take out the Barbarian, damaging the Drakeling right there. But we hopefully should win here. Let's see. Enchantress gets the buff. Not much I can do there. Can we do... Can we do this and hopefully make the Drakeling shoot a fireball at the Treant? Hits the Treant, the Rocketeer. Let's go. All right, so he is definitely going to buff up the Rocketeer. That is his only chance of winning. And whenever that happens, I need to keep my heroes separated. That is the only way we can win. Hits the Treant, well, or hits the Drakeling, well played. We need to separate my heroes. Like, that's the only way we can win here. Because right now, with the Rocketeer doing 3 rockets, and yeah, sadly it's not going to be enough to take him out. So let's... We'll hit him normally, I guess. Maybe push it towards the Warlord. There. Oh, the Dragon's Hand! Oh my goodness gracious. I did not plan for the Dragon's Hand. Let's freaking go, dude. The Dragon's Hand helped me take out the Drakeling, or sorry, the Rocketeer before he was able to use his rockets. Let's go, dude. Enchantress should stay alive here. And let's see if the Warlord gets the buff. No, Warlord does not get the buff. So the best thing to do here is to just double hit the tree in here. And can I push it towards the Enchantress? Yes, it does. For the victory. It got kind of close, but we got the victory right there. Very happy about that victory. So we're doing okay so far. Let's continue on. All right, so 2 wins, 1 loss here. A heal deck. So this should be pretty annoying to face, but let's see how well we can do. We can definitely buff up the... We're going to play a little bit risky. We're going to play like this, buff up the Warlord. Hopefully we can also buff up the Drakeling and hit the Priest. We missed the Drakeling, but we did a little bit of damage to the Priest. Not what I was looking for, but yeah, not the greatest of plays, but we did okay. He is going to heal up the Priest for a lot, actually. Well played. Ooh, Barbarian gets the buff, and the Snowballs is blocking me. This is annoying. We'll do this. Let's see if we can hit the Enchantress to buff up somebody. And look at the Spellwing took major damage. Let's go. Really good. Spellwing goes next. There really isn't much he can do here, right? Is he gonna go for damage or try to heal himself up, plus getting some more echoes? You know, something to think about. But he might be in the pickle here, because I really don't know what he wants to do. It is his turn. It is his turn, unless the game froze on me for whatever reason. He is making a play right now. He's going to do that. Just hit the Dancing Dragon. Okay, that's fine. Enchantress gets the buff. Not much I can do there. Snowballs is blocking me. We're going to hit the Dancing Dragon towards the Warlord while pushing a Snowball towards them. Dancing Dragon is still alive. That's so close. We actually damaged the Kong a little bit with the Snowball, so the Kong will be able to use his ability. He is going to heal up the Dancing Dragon a little bit. I should probably just take him out right here and then. Or right now, I should say. So... Enchantress gets the buff, so we can actually just push the Dancing Dragon towards the Enchantress. Enchantress should hit the Priest. We missed the Priest? I called absurd. There's no way. I know the Enchantress is tiny, but there's no way we missed him. That's crazy. So the Kong can use his ability still. He does heal up, but thankfully he doesn't attack anyone using his ability, so he just wasted his attack, basically. Let's hit the... I mean, I could buff up the Barbarian. We should be able to shoot a fireball at the Spellwing, right? Oh, we actually hit the Kong instead. That's fine. I want to buff up the Barbarian. So Spellwing goes next. He's Spellwing, the Snowball is just kind of blocking him from hitting the Drakeling. But he can still hit the Enchantress and the Warlord. He can play some more Echoes hitting the Kong. And he is going to hit Echoes. And thankfully, nobody's near, or the Kong is not near anyone. So we're going to survive that attack a little bit. I cannot hit the spell-wing because oh, we can actually hit the spell-wing. Let's actually try to double hit the spell-wing, shoot a fireball at them, and hopefully push it towards either the Enchantress or the Barbarian. Right there. Not towards the Barbarian, but we did take out the Spellwing regardless. That's awesome. No more echoes for him. But he can still heal up the Kong. So I should probably take out the Priest right now. I should. So he is going to use the Kong's ability on the Barbarian. That's going to hurt a little bit. But we're okay. Barbarian goes next. The Barbarian is buffed, actually. I would like to hit the Priest. But should we just go after the Kong? I think hitting the Kong might be for the best. So let's see if we can get a double hit. No. No. We don't get a double hit. We did hit the Priest a little bit using the Snowball. As long as the Kong doesn't... Okay, so the Kong is going to damage the Drakeling right there. Drakeling is still alive. Barely hanging on. Enchantress gets the buff. Not much I can do there. I guess we'll hit the Priest towards the Barbarian. There we go. So the Barbarian is buffed a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Priest goes next. Now, with the Enchantress... Okay, so the Barbarian is going to take a beating right there. Oh, this isn't good. But we can actually buff up the Barbarian again. So let's do that. Buff up the Barbarian, push the Priest towards the Warlord, hopefully, at this angle. There we go. We actually just took out the Priest and damaged the Kong, so damaging the Kong was a bonus, especially taking out the Priest like that. So it's a 3v1 situation here. The Barbarian's doing 153 damage, plus more. So we can actually double hit to take out the Kong, but do I have the angle here? Do I have the angle? I don't think I do. Oh, we do. All right, let's go, dude. I got kind of nervous right there facing a heal deck, especially with the Kong. The Kong can be annoying, but we actually managed to take out all the healers first and then worry about the Kong later for the win. So let's go, guys. Let's continue one. All right, so 3 wins, 1 loss here. Thankfully, we're not facing the Striker. I think either remove the the Golem or the Bloodbite for the Striker, and you would have a very dangerous deck. We are going to buff up the Drakeling and the Barbarian. Shoot a Fireball at the Zombie and the Golem. Both of them took like 141 damage if I'm doing the math correctly. So let's go. Pretty good start right there. He is going to mark the Drakeling, which is unfortunate. So he is going to start getting marked and taking constant damage. Yeah, I mean, what can I do right there? Oh, actually, he did not get poisoned, though. I could buff up the Warlord, but the Drakeling dealing damage. It's going to be very good. I'm going to do that instead. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was hoping for more damage than that, but hey, we did a 316 damage to the Zombie. The Zombie is about to die. And that was not a good play on his behalf, so I'll take it. All right. Warlord gets the buff, which is pretty good. We can actually make the Zombie die here if we hit the Bloodbite towards the Enchantress. There we go. Fireball. Bloodbite takes some damage. Everyone took damage right there. Let's go. So no poisons at all for me. So we're going to have the attack buff for the entirety of the game. So he is going for the Enchantress. Okay. Only 1 hit though. I was actually expecting more hits than that. All right. Barbarian gets the buff, which is huge. Let's do that to actually take out the Farmer here. Yep, Farmer's dead. I can handle his Tremors, but not the Pumpkins. So that's why I did that. Golem goes next. Doing less damage. Spike Ball. Okay. Okay, damage using the Spike Ball. The Drakeling survives with 1 health. That is absurd. So we're going to shoot a Fireball at the Bloodbite. Not sure if we can actually make contact with the Bloodbite, but we're going to try our best. We actually did damage. We did damage right there. Alright, so only the Golem is left alive. The Drakeling will die no matter what. But there's no way he will need to hit the, like, you know, the Barbarian like 8 times, the Warlord 10 times. There was no way he was going to win here. So we just need 1 hit to win. Especially with the Enchantress buff, it's going to be a little bit of an overkill. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be a good game right there. Like I said, if he had Striker instead of the Bloodbite or the Golem, he would have had a much better chance of winning against me right there. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing okay so far. Let's continue one. All right, so hey, 4 wins, 1 loss. We're doing very good. a Skeleton Phoenix combo with the Blood Bite is pretty weird to... I've never seen a Blood Bite in this combo. And the Knight. The Knight can be pretty useful here for the tankiness, but... Oh, wow, he actually marked already 2 heroes right there, right off the bat. That's obviously not good, but we'll try our best to win here. I could just go for straight damage here since the Drakeling is buffed while buffing up the Warlord here. That might be for the best. Just do straight damage instead of going for the risky shot. Because I wanted to buff up the Drakeling and then deal damage, but it might be for the best to just play it safe right there, you know? Lots of damage to the Barbarian. Or, sorry, the Drakeling. We're going to hit the Knight here. Hopefully hit it towards the Enchantress to get that buff damage right there. Let's go. Blood Bite and the Skeleton takes a beating as well. And they're all 3 of them I got burnt down there, so very good. But if he makes one more contact hit with the Drakeling, he is going to die. He is not dead. Okay. Barbarian gets the buff. So we're going to just buff up the Barbarian here, hit the Blood Bite, and hopefully the Knight here. But hopefully both of them gets hit. No, only the Knight gets hit. The Blood Bite gets a little bit of burn damage. We're not doing well, obviously. The Drakeling can survive one more turn if he doesn't get hit. He does get hit, unfortunately, and he marks the Warlord. So he is marking everyone, which is unfortunate. But hopefully he doesn't win here. Let's see if we can just do this and hopefully push the Barbarian towards the Blood Bite. There we go. We just took out the Blood Bite. Thankfully. The Enchantress is not marked, but thankfully everyone else is. Regardless, they're getting pretty weak. So let's see if we can take out the Knight first. And then just do some crazy stuff in order to win this match. Enchantress gets the buff. Not much I can do there. Can we hit the Knight? Just hit the Knight. There we go. We just took out the Knight. So... And of course, we actually did a little bit of burn damage to everyone else, so not bad of a play. So now, the Phoenix goes next. So focus on taking out the Skeleton right now, which we should be able to quite easily here. Just do that. There we go. And hopefully the heroes are stay separated, and we'll win this match because we just need... Oh, we got it. We definitely got it. We definitely got it. It was a very close match. But we got the victory right there. Unless it gets bugged. There we go. Alright. We got the victory right there. Unless the Skeleton somehow gets revived right there. Thankfully it did not. I've seen some bugs where the Skeleton does get revived even if the Phoenix dies. So thankfully that didn't happen. We got the victory right there. Let's continue on. Okay. So 5 wins. We're doing amazing. 5 wins. Oh, this deck is going to be tough. But let's see if we can win here. Werewolf gets the buff, but she does not go first. Enchantress goes first. She is definitely going to buff up everyone else, though. Pushes adjust them downwards to deal a little bit of damage, but it's nothing too crazy just yet. Barbarian gets the buff. That's actually pretty good, because I can actually buff up the Barbarian here, and we should be able to hit the Jawsome. There we go. And the Enchantress gets a hit as well. Plus, we enchanted the Jawsome. So now he's going to be taking more damage per hit. So that's good. Warlord gets the buff, but he does not go first. He is going to hit the Barbarian towards the Warlord, so very good. Pretty good damage, not gonna lie, but we're still okay. Barbarian gets the buff. Buff up the Drakeling, hit the Enchantress here. Not sure if we can hit the Enchantress towards the Barbarian. Yes, we do. Alright, so we did take out the Enchantress. I can enchant his heroes using the arena objects, so it's something to think about, but remember the deck that we're facing. It is a tough deck to face. So we might lose the Barbarian here. But he's actually going after my Warlord and potentially the Drakeling. Okay. Enchantress. Alright, so he actually made contact with a lot of my heroes right there. So very well played. Drakeling gets the buff. That's actually huge. That's actually very huge. I could double hit the Warlord here. Fireball. Taking out the Warlord and actually did damage to the Werewolf without activating her ability, because it was an ability damage that did damage to her, not base damage. Let's go. Thankfully, the Barbarian did not get pushed towards the arena object. He does take out my Enchantress, but that's okay. I would like to poison the Werewolf, but I don't think there's a way, at least at this angle. I might have to just go for just straight up damage. Oh, let's go. That Barbarian is clutch. The Barbarian just needs, or anyone just needs one hit to take her out. So this person has one more chance. He can one-shot the Warlord and the Drakeling, or the Barbarian, but the Drakeling actually needed 2 hits. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to win this match. We actually won against one of the strongest decks. Even though it got nerfed, it's a very strong deck. And we actually won against it. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing amazing. We're halfway there through the challenge with 2 lives to go. So very stoked about this momentum that we're having right now. Let's continue on. Alright, so 6 wins, 1 loss here. Striker paired up with the Farmer and the Giant could be pretty nasty. We're actually going for the Trap here. Buff up the Warlord and the Drakeling. We actually did a little bit of damage to the Sorceress, so it wasn't a total waste. It was a pretty good start. My Barbarian goes next. He is going for the Striker onto the Enchantress. Thankfully, he didn't do that much damage. Thankfully. Enchantress gets the buff. Can we hit this trap? We cannot. We're actually going to just buff up the Barbarian and maybe hit the Giant or the Striker. Oh, we missed. We actually hit the Sorceress instead. Not what I was expecting, but we thankfully did some damage. It wasn't a total waste, so that's good. He gets the trap down there, so he is now getting traps, which we might have to just take out the Sorceress because that Sorceress is being annoying. We'll do that. Damaging the Giant as well. Let's go. Striker goes next. We actually did take out the Sorceress, and all of my heroes are enchanted to deal more damage. So, of course, except the Enchantress, but the Enchantress cannot buff herself up. So, good. We're doing good. He's going for the Barbarian. Oh, what a play. What a play. Oh, that Striker. Okay, well, I don't expect myself to win here anymore. I really don't. Let's just deal damage. Straight damage right there. All 3 heroes got hit. And the Enchantress is actually kind of blocking the Giant from activating the trap right there. But he can actually still get it, maybe? He actually just went for to taking out the Enchantress, which, I mean, the Enchantress did her job. That was not necessary. Activate the trap, shoot a fireball. Hopefully we can hit the Farmer as well. Yes, we do. Oh my goodness gracious, what a play. The fireballs actually made contact with multiple heroes right there. Giant is almost dead. Striker is getting weak. Thankfully, nothing too crazy right there. And, take out his Striker here. Fireball. Oh, what a contact. Let's go, dude. I actually didn't expect to hit the Giant like that. What a contact play right there. Amazing, amazing game, ladies and gentlemen. So far, so good. 7 wins. Let's continue on. All right, so we're on a roll here. We're doing amazing. Okay, so we're facing like a passive damage deck. So every single turn, his heroes are going to be doing damage. Thankfully, he doesn't have the Striker. But let's see how well we can do here. He does a decent amount of damage to the Warlord, but that's okay. Drakeling gets the buff. We're going to buff up the Drakeling first, and then this should also buff up the Warlord. And we should be able to make contact with the Farmer up there. Oh, yes. Ice Queen also takes some damage right there. Plus, everyone else got burnt right there. A very good play. Very, very good play. He's going to damage those 2, burning the Enchantress and the Warlord. Plus, of course, everyone else is taking some constant damage because of his abilities. Should I just take out the... I could buff up the Barbarian. Or should I just hit these, taking out the Farmer? No, go for the buff. I think going for the buff is going to be the right play. Let's do that. There you go. Maybe... I think that was for the best. Even though I could have taken out the Farmer, so that way he stops using every single ability, every single turn on me. But I think that was for the best. I think. And now we can actually stop the Ice Queen from using her ability right here, which is definitely going to be the right thing to do. And we might be able to hit the Druid. Yes, we do. Barbarian takes out the Druid right there by following him, basically, stalking him. And we managed to take him out right there. So, Barbarian going next. So the best thing to do here is actually just multi-hit the Farmer. And hopefully the Barbarian goes back to the Sentinel to get some damage. So we should be able to do this and then hit the Sentinel. There we go. 178 damage. So Sentinel only has 345 health. I cannot see, I'm blind. Yep. 345 health. He is going to multi-hit the Barbarian, potentially even taking out the Drakeling here. No, the Drakeling actually survives. No, the Drakeling died. Okay. So things are looking bleak now. My saving grace is to separate my heroes right here and now. Or should I just play like this? Play like that. There you go. Nice little double hit. And they're separated. Kind of. Kind of. Okay, so it's going to focus on taking out the Warlord here. Oh no, the Warlord survives. We won! We won, ladies and gentlemen. We won. Oh, we gotta do this, and bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. Look at the health that we have. We only have 54 and 14. Very close match, but we actually got the victory right here. We're just on a roll here. We are a dominant run, ladies and gentlemen. Just 4 more wins to go. Let's continue on. All right, so we just need 4 more wins. Facing an enchantment deck this far up in the challenge. Okay. Even though I want to do damage using the Enchantress, I think just buffing up my heroes as quickly as possible is going to be a smarter play to do. So there you go. Okay, 174 damage to the Sorceress is pretty clutch. But he's probably just going to re-enchant the Barbarian right there. Enchants the Enchantress. Okay. All right, well played. And let's see what we can do here. Barbarian gets the buff. Not sure if doing this is going to be the right play. Or just fully take out the... No, doing it like this, I'm going to miss. Just do that. Buff up the... Oh. Okay. We actually made contact with the Sorceress. I thought we missed. Sadly, we did not buff up the Barbarian even more. But we thankfully did take out the Sorceress. So that way he doesn't enchant me to receive more damage per hit. He is going to re-enchant the Drakeling. And he buffs up the Mummy right there. But thankfully didn't do too much right there. Okay. Warlord gets the buff. We'll buff up the Barbarian here while dealing damage to the Enchantress. Oh, let's go. Hit the Mummy! So close. Hitting the Mummy would have been such a good play. Everyone else would have been so weak. But it's okay. He's going to enchant the Drakeling and the Barbarian right here. Okay. Drakeling gets the buff. We shall do just buff up the Barbarian there. We just took out his Banshee, which it's okay, I guess. I just need to take out the Mummy. The Mummy already has the buff from the Enchantress, so just focus on the Mummy. We'll take out the Enchantress later. Okay, so the Drakeling dies. The Barbarian is dead as well. What a play. Wow. Okay, so rough. But we should be okay. Enchantress gets the buff, so we shall just buff up the Warlord here. Just to scare him off a little bit. Do that. There we go. So weak. They're both 1 hit away from death. Unless he enchants the Warlord, then the Warlord will need 2 hits. Yep, there it is. The Warlord... Actually, with the Enchantress dead, he actually needs 1 more hit now because he's going to buff himself up now. And with this angle, we should be able to hit both of them in 1 turn for the win. So, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We actually got the victory right here. We just gotta play like that, and let's go. Good game. All right, guys, we are on a roll. We are just missing 3 more wins to get to the max rewards for my baby account, which of course is always super nice. I need as many cards as I can, so this is looking good. Let's continue on. All right, 9 wins, 1 loss here, a heal deck. All right, so let's see if we can win here. We start off with the Enchantress. Even though the Enchantress is buffed to deal more damage. Should I go for damage? Go for damage on the Vampire. Okay, and 3 heroes got hit. I'm hoping that was the correct play. Because the Enchantress might die. No, we're still okay. But let's see what we can do here. Drakeling gets the buff. Make the Drakeling hit the Frog Mystic, shoot a Fireball. There we go. Barbarian gets a little bit of a buff damage right there. Pretty good play. But again, he is going to heal up the Vampire. Maybe... Actually, he's going to heal him up for a lot here because of the Paladin up there. Yeah, that's... We're in a pickle so far, but not looking too great. But we can still win here. Buff up the Barbarian and the Drakeling here. Not sure if we can hit the Frog Mystic, but we'll try. No, we don't. All right. Did the damage to the vampire, which was awesome. But again, he is going to heal up the vampire. That's the problem. The constant healing is just going to keep him alive. Of course he does that. Okay. Well, who gets the buff here? The Drakeling gets the buff. This could be amazing to take him out here, no? A double hit. Yep, there it is. That's death to the vampire. Paladin took major damage. The priest took a little bit of damage, but his main attacker is dead. Which is what I was looking for, but we did lose a lot of health because of it. Just trying to go for the vampire, but I think it was for the best. Enchantress gets the buff. Go after his... Yeah, go after the paladin here. Let's see if we can also hit the priest as well. There we go. We actually hit the priest with towards the spike ball as well. That was like 260, 270 damage to the priest. Let's go. All right, priest goes next. He is definitely going to use the crickets to heal himself up. Only once, thankfully. All right. We're getting weak. This is looking too dangerous. Take out that... Oh, actually, I think the... Oh, no, the priest is alive. Or, sorry, the priest died. And we actually buffed up the warlord. All right, so it's a 4v1 here, but all of my heroes are weak. But I think the damage that we do is going to be more than enough to win here. He's going to take out the Drakeling. Heals up for 90. Well played. But we don't have a good angle here unless we do a wall bounce. Enchantress gets the buff. Not much to do there. Yeah, we're going to have to do a... Oh, we can't. We might miss. We'll do it like this. And we got the hit. We got the hit. It's a hit. I wanted to push it towards the spike ball, but it's fine. Thankfully, the warlord did not get taken out there, because if the warlord gets the buff here, we can do some serious damage. Yes, we did get the warlord buffed. So that's actually quite lucky, because I can do this right here. There we go, towards the Barbarian. Let's go. All right, so he basically has one more turn to triple hit the Barbarian and double hit the Frog or the Warlord. And the Warlord survive, meaning that we can actually one-shot the Frog Mystic to win. This was a very, very close match, ladies and gentlemen. I think I focused on the Vampire for too much. Like, I focused on too much, almost costing me the game. But I think at the end, it did work out, because then the Vampire was going to be doing constant damage and a lot of damage to me. But thankfully, we did take him out before that happened. So let's go, guys. We just need 2 more wins. Let's continue on. All right. So 10 wins, either 2 more wins or 2 more losses. And this is the 2020 meta deck, or 2021. So he is going to buff up the Shaman and the Vampire. Misses the Vampire. Actually, just nerfs the Drakeling. That's fine. Enchantress gets the buff. Just hit the Frostfox here while buffing up the Barbarian. Not able to buff up the Drakeling or get some damage on the Shaman, but that's okay. He is going to buff up the Vampire here. Oh, no, never mind. He nerfs the Drakeling and the Enchantress. Barbarian gets the buff. That's actually huge. Look at this. Just hit the Vampire towards it. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, so Blacksmith and the Vampire took major damage, but still alive. Barbarian's doing 134 damage. He is going to nerf the Warlord right now while healing up the Frostfox. Okay. So we can actually take out his Vampire right now. So let's do that right here. There we go. And, all right. So, hey, Barbarian, 153 damage. He can nerf her. He can nerf the Barbarian, but still... she is still going to be doing over 100 damage. Okay. Drakeling gets the buff. Focus on the Frostfox then. Nice little double hit right here. The Fireball will not hit him, but this is going to be a lot of damage, right? A little bit of damage to the Blacksmith, of course, but it's because the Warlord is nerfed. If it wasn't for that, I think the Warlord would have taken out the Blacksmith. Can he heal up the Frostfox? Because that's going to be annoying. He does. He does heal up the Frostfox, and we can actually take out the Frostfox. A nice little double hit will take him out, meaning that his main threats are dead. And now we should be able to win here, even though my heroes are getting kind of weak. We have to take out the Shaman as quick as possible. That's the only way we can win here. He is going to take out the Barbarian. The Enchantress should get hit, but should survive. Yep, there it is, still alive. So... Who will get the buff here? Not the Warlord. Enchantress does. So I think pushing the Enchantress towards the Shaman is going to be the right play. Let's do that. The Warlord actually double hits the Shaman, so that was bonus damage because I did not plan that. So it's going to nerf the Warlord once again. Lots of damage. Still alive though. So the Warlord gets... This is annoying. Push the Shaman towards the Warlord. We missed. That might have cost me the game. I did not play that well. He's going for the Drakeling. Drakeling survives. Okay. Drakeling gets the buff. Okay. Do this and buff up the Drakeling. Fireball! Let's go, dude. Snowballs take out the Shaman, and the Fireball takes out the Blacksmith. Let's go, dude. We're doing amazing. We just need one more win to get to the max rewards with 2 lives left. We are in amazing position right here. Let's continue on. All right, guys. This could be the final game here. Facing against this type of deck. If only I had the Blacksmith, I would be much more secured. Because then we don't need to worry about his Thunder Pulse's charges doing that constant damage every single turn, you know? So it's going to double hit right there. Alright, so... Enchantress goes next. Let's just buff up or deal damage like this. And buff up the Drakeling and potentially the Barbarian here. We missed the Barbarian, but we did buff up the Drakeling while dealing a bit of damage to the Farmer. But we might lose a Enchantress here. Yeah, I think the Enchantress is going to die. Yep, Enchantress is dead, but thankfully we are playing in this arena, meaning that we can buff up my heroes. But we do have a horrible start, honestly. We have a horrible start. But look at this, the Drakeling gets the buff here. Double hit the Farmer. And this will also shoot a Fireball towards the Ice Queen. What? We almost took out the Ice Queen, dude. But that way... Perfect. We took out the Farmer, meaning that no more pumpkins every single turn. So it's going to be doing constant damage now with the Druid's ability. And of course, the freaking charges from the Thunder Pulse if he keeps going like this. Drakeling gets the buff again. Not much I can do here with the Drakeling though. You know, with the Barbarian. Just push it towards the Thunder Pulse. Let's see if we can make some plays here happen. Yeah. We did hit the Druid with the Drakeling's buff, but we might lose the Drakeling here now. A double hit will take out the Drakeling. He might get it. Yeah, he got it. And he just took out... Or the Warlord is still alive. I need a miracle play here. The only way we can win here is a miracle. So let's... do that. Hit the Druid. I wanted to hit the Thunder Pulse, but, you know, leaving the Ice Queen alone was going to be annoying. So, even though it's a 2v2 here, I don't think we're winning here. If he leaves the Warlord alone... Don't hit the... No way! Man, imagine. I need a miracle play here and now, dude. Close. Man, so annoyed that we lost this one, dude. Man. So, we're heading off to the final battle, win or lose. And I really hope we do win. I don't want to get 11 wins and just be 1 win away and then just losing it all together, dude. Plus, like I said, you know, this is my baby account, so I want all the cards as much as I can in gold, obviously. So, let's hop into the final battle. Alright, guys, the final battle. Win or lose. Hopefully we win here. We saw off with the Drakeling. The Drakeling does get the buff. We could just actually go for straight damage here instead of going for the trap. So let's do that. Buff up the Drakeling and then hit the Blacksmith and the Spellwing. Bro, 222 damage to both of them. It's an amazing start. Even though we did not get the trap, that was an amazing start there. He is going for just damage. He did not get the Echoes, which is good for me. Warlord gets the buff. Just, I mean, I want to hit the Spellwing towards the Warlord, which we can. Yeah, we'll do it. Do that. I was hoping to hit the trap, but we did take out the Spellwing, so no Echoes for him. So he cannot place bubbles all over the map. So I have a good chance right now. Very good chance. He is now going to buff up the priest. Does a little bit of damage, that's fine. So let's see here. Warlord gets the buff. Just hit the the pyre right there. I think taking out the pyre first would be the best play, obviously, because if he is the last hero alive, he is just going to constantly heal. We haven't enchanted my heroes, which it could be a bad thing, and yeah, we just lost the opportunity to enchant the last heroes. So only the Drakeling is, the one enchanted, which is fine. We can make this work. Can we make the Warlord hit the trap? Yes, we do. Also, hitting everyone else? I did not plan that, and it worked out perfectly. All right, so Pyre gets some heals back, and it's going to damage the Barbarian. Whoa, okay. What a play. So, that's very bad, but we'll do this. Hit the pirate. Snop or fireballs just take out the pirate right there, and then everyone else is going to get hit with the trap. It's a 2v2. His main attackers are dead. Blacksmith did his job, so take out the priest. We'll try to take out the priest as quick as possible. And we should be able to do this. If not, then just take out the blacksmith. Try to double hit the blacksmith, and then we'll worry about the priest later, because we really don't have a good angle right there. There it is. So only the priest is left alive. He cannot heal up anymore. In a 2v1 scenario right here, it seems like we do have this in the bag. But if he takes out the warlord and does something crazy with the arena objects, you never know. But let's see who gets the buff here. Ooh, the warlord does. Can we actually double hit him and it'll be enough to take him out? He survives with 1 health. Imagine if we would have made the comeback at the sentry in 1 health. But he will need to somehow deal 350 damage to the Drakeling, which is just not doable. He just did 81, not too bad, but obviously not enough to take me out right there. So ladies and gentlemen, after a crazy run that I had right there and just overkilling him with the multiple hits and the fireball damage at the end right there, we actually managed to get to 12 wins. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause right here. Awesome run for my baby account. We're going to get a bunch of cards in gold. Let's see what kind of cards and golds are we gonna get. I'm really hoping for pirates, because the pirates is actually very close to level 21. And it seems like we don't get them, obviously. So can we get some archons here? And the answer to that is no, we don't. Not the greatest cards that we were looking for, but hey, I do need to max out my baby account sooner or later, and that definitely helped me out in the end right there. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more Smashing 4 videos. Incredible run, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this run. I know I did. It was amazing. And if you guys have any other recommendations you want to see, just leave them in the comments below. That's what I'll do for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thanks again for the continued support. I will see you next one. Take care.